Hi, my name's Jam, and in this video I am going to explain, or not really explain, this isn't really a tutorial, but like my process of how I make new OCs. If you're anything like me, then you probably watch stuff in the background when you draw, and often I watch things about like what I'm actively doing, like maybe I'm drawing a very perspective piece, so I'll watch a video about perspective. Or I'll just click a random one. But often in these OC videos where they're talking about how they make an OC or redesign OC, they usually have a Pinterest board of inspiration. I don't do that. I just go in and hope it turns out good. For example, with this one, I only knew I wanted the character to work with dead people. And I chose to make him an embalmer, which is somebody who removes the fluid in your body after you die. That's all I had. And then halfway through I decided, oh, I need another character who's haunted by a ghost. So this guy is also haunted by a ghost. And later I actually tried to design the ghost too, but it was enough designing for one character. So I didn't design another character, not today at least. I'll get to his ghost eventually, but I only designed him. I also, as I started drawing him, the expression that I drew the sketch with, I was like, hey, I'm kind of gonna make him emo. So he's not don't come at me if this isn't how emo people look. He's emo inspired. He's not actually emo, I guess. I don't know what I'm doing, honestly. I'm like I said, this isn't a tutorial. It's just my process. I always draw a headshot in my style first, and then after the headshot, I do a full body in my chibi style, because I feel like it takes the pressure off of making it look good, because all I'm trying to do is get the outfit design down. I'm gonna talk about the actual process of making this character in particular instead of my whole process. So for this character, I was trying to stay thinking about his job, which I didn't do very well, but it's okay. I think it still kind of gets the vibe across. I want to implement the same style in his face and his clothes, but still having a bit of a doctor look to him, even though he's not a doctor. I keep saying doctor, he's not a doctor. So I gave him, you'll see me color it later, but I tried to give him a medical jacket, and I added some piercings in the jacket to make it look more grungy, I guess. Emo, whatever. I do give him gloves, but I didn't color them in because I was thinking of medical gloves, which are usually blue or white. So I didn't add those until later. I think I might have gotten rid of his raccoon tails, but I actually don't remember. And then soon here, you'll see me add a raccoon tail to the belt. This was one, because I thought it would look cute, and two, because I needed to figure out a totem to give him. A totem is a thing in my story that the ghosts possess. It's like a possessed object. It's just a weird name for it. And I couldn't decide if the totem should be the chain on his belt or the raccoon tail. I'll explain what the totems are in another video better, but for now, that's all you get. So normally when I design a character and I'm doing the color part, I usually check the values, which you can do by adding a gray layer on top and changing the mode to saturation. Though I didn't do it for this time. I don't know why. The values turned out to be good anyways, but I kind of learned to identify values without doing the grayscale layer. But I just didn't really have any idea for this character. I just winged the entire thing. I usually do that. Whoa. I knew I wanted to give him heterochromia. Is it heterochromia? Because I saw a video about cringe features to give your characters, and heterochromia was one of them. I don't know why that's cringe. There's real people with heterochromia. But I realized I don't have any characters with heterochromia, so I'm like, oh, okay, I'll give it to this guy. So here you'll see me color his mask blue. I already did it, I guess, but that doesn't stick. The headshot that I color first is usually just to get a general idea before I move on to the outfit. But his blue mask doesn't stay because I feel like it doesn't really go well with his outfit. He still has a mask, it's just the color's different. But that's kind of like how I do it. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. I use the headshot to get an idea and then I do the full body. That's basically what I do. Also, not to mention, usually when I make characters, I check their shape language more. Like my main villain has a lot of spiky shapes to him. What does he? I don't actually know. But usually I try and check the shape language, and I really didn't for this character. I also check my values a lot more. I didn't on him for some reason. I don't know why, because I usually do that a lot. Though I think I do it when I make the finished piece, which I'll show later. Okay, this is actually a rare sighting from me. I usually don't draw my new OCs until like 2 months after I make them. But I drew him literally immediately after I made him. I really want to challenge my perspective in this piece, and also I really need to practice backgrounds, mostly interior backgrounds. I think, like, in the end, this background is a low-key kind of shit. The, like, rendering, it looks, like, so plain compared to the character. Like, it looks under-rendered, even though I couldn't figure out how to make it look more rendered. I also struggled a lot with the lighting, which you'll see in a bit. But I want to just show him doing his job, and I also want to show the ghost that haunts him, but I don't have a design for the ghost still, so I just kind of drew a silhouette instead. Also, feet warning, I drew feet. I had to draw feet, and I tried doing a different way to render, but I ultimately just went back to my old way, because there was enough enough experimenting in one piece. I couldn't do it more. I also want to customize the room to fit his personality, even though, like, I don't think they'd let you do that in, like, an actual job, unless you're, like, the owner of the business. My other character that's haunted by a ghost is the owner of a church, so I don't think we need another owner in here. But I try to not make my characters too similar to each other, because I already draw hair on all my characters pretty similar. Like, I always draw this swoop up, out, and then down, which you can see on my persona too. I always do that, and I'm immune to, I'm like, not immune, I'm prone to doing it. I find myself drawing all my characters' hair like that. It's actually crazy. I tried to make the body look dead, but at the same time, in the lighting, it looks alive, but I changed the lighting at the end. Gradient maps are my best friend. I love them so much. So, you know, at the start, how I was talking about, how I was thinking, did I talk about this? How I was thinking of a game that I watched somebody play, where they work as an embalmer. It was a Jack Manifold stream. I love Jack Manifold so much. He's so funny. I forgot what the game was called. It was basically a game where you had to figure out which body was possessed by a demon, but also, like, going over them and doing the embalming process. And you were, like, losing your sanity over time, and you had to find the demon and burn the body it was possessing before time ran out. Yeah, that's kind of how I imagine this character, except, like, minus the demon part, and it's just a ghost, and he gets along with the ghost, because he kind of has to. I don't want this ghost to be evil, because my main antagonist is also haunting a human. He is also a ghost, and he is a piece of shit. He's so evil. But that's, like, I'll explain his origin eventually. Not this character, I mean my main character, my main antagonist. Yeah. Okay, here's a close-up of the finished piece. His name, which I didn't name him until after I finished, his name is Cyrus Lodro. His first name means son, and his last name means understanding, which really talks about his relationship to the ghost that haunts him. Okay, so that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. What? Why is that a question? I hope you enjoyed. Would that be a question? No, I need shut up. Jesus. that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Maybe if you enjoyed, hit the subscribe button or like and comment what you think, or comment ideas for another video or something like that, something you want to see.